Hello. Hello. Welcome to jasonnewland.com. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. And I am literally just finishing uploading the last episode to my Let Me Bore Your Pain Away podcast. So basically, for those that don't know, because I mentioned this before, and I'm sure I mention it continuously, I have opened a new podcast, or started using a new podcast hosting service called Zencast for the smaller podcasts, the ones that I don't necessarily get a huge amount of plays, but at the same time I get hardly any plays now because none of them are with music. There's no ones with background music or 5-hour or 10-hour ones, but now there is on this podcast app, the Zencast. So please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. I'm a bit sweaty today. The thing is, there's a lot of light in here and it does make me hot. But I do have 2 windows open. Still light outside, technically. And yeah, so that's it really. Vinnie's underneath the table eating his bone. He stopped. I watched him. He stopped biting his bone. He's listened. He's like ears pricked up. So, wow. So I've done that now. So what I need to do is, hopefully this shouldn't make any difference. I need to add the RSS feed to Apple Podcasts. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. That was quick. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 different podcasts on Apple Podcast. To be fair, some of them are just not there anymore. But, because they were old, and I just didn't see the point. But maybe I should, just for the sake of it. Maybe I should just keep them there so that people can watch them if they want to, maybe. I don't know. Do you think I'm going bald? Yes. So I have done the Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. So what I need to do is go to the Let Me Bore Your Pain Away RSS feed, copy that. Now go into there, edit it, change the feed. It basically just directs it. So anywhere that has the Apple Podcast, for example, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, of course, and loads of others, will now be redirected to the new podcast host. So the show has rights, says third party, yes. And frequency, if I had to go monthly for this, I might be doing more soon. And that's it, done. Done. So far I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 podcasts on the Zencast. So there's Let Me Boil Your Porn, Let Me, Freudian slip, Let Me Bore Your Pain Away, Sleepy Boring Objects, Stop Smoking Hypnosis, Jason's Bedtime Story Time, and ASMR Whisper, Let Me Bore You to Sleep. And I mean, to be fair, it's still, since I've done it last 7 days, 545 plays. Today I've only had 66 plays, so it's not going as well as I'd like it to go, to be honest, if I'm honest. But it takes a while for all the other things to catch up. Australia 257, United States 139, United Kingdom 94, and there's a few others like Saudi Arabia 1, Nigeria 1, Germany 1, Ireland 9, Canada 9, Mexico 28, and I do believe that's everywhere. So it's spread around, but what I might do in the end, I might actually have all my podcasts on there, like everything just in one place, which makes more sense, but it's going to take literally months to do because there's so many. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do the small ones first. So I've got Robbie posts this. Okay, just on Facebook, but I'll leave that. YouTube. I'm videoing this for my sins. I'm videoing it. When is Cambosis? Focus, Rose, Showdown, Focus, I'm ready for war. I don't know. It's what I've been doing the last 3 days, 4 days. I've been uploading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. For the last 5 days, I have created videos out of the podcasts for the Let Me Bore You to Sleep. So 1,103, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And it's pretty much blimey, yeah, it's the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Is that right? Did I really do? I made recordings at the weekend. That's unlike me. No. Really? No, I did. I must have done. How many days was in the month then, last month? Was it just... so the published date? No, because I did that, it was yesterday. So let's go, I need to change that. It says the published date. I'm sure I put the right date in, because I was putting the date which was the day before, which was yesterday. Because what I do, I make the videos, I make the podcasts the night before, and then I do the processing, the editing and all that stuff first thing in the morning. I've got it here, recording date 30th of April, but publishing date was today, so yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'm arguing with myself on this one, but it is, yeah, okay. Can't complain, because that is the publishing date. So I published, so I've done a 26, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. And now today, which is the 1st of May. 1st of May? 2024. I've come to realise that I like end of the world movies. I think there might be something wrong with me. There's this movie with Nicolas Cage. I forget what it's called, but it's basically another kind of end of the world, post-apocalypse kind of thing. And just, I don't know, I seem to like that stuff. And I have done for a long time. Probably since, through 20 years. Just realised, because The Walking Dead was part of that, wasn't it? Like the end of the world kind of thing, and what kind of caused the end of the world, didn't it? And then there's been a few over the years. Was it 2002? Was that a movie? 2002 or 2012? No, 2012. That's it. Which was apocalypse. Apocalypse. I don't know. Apocalypse, that's it. So yeah, I might as well I'm making a video. Well, I kind of can ignore the camera anyway, so just I'm probably going to put this down as well, because I think I've had enough of looking at screens for a little while. I'm glad that I've finished that anyway. I've finished that podcast, but you know, I've still got a lot to do, a lot to upload, and I'm just not sure how it's going to go. Whether I'm just going to I don't know. I partly just feel like I just not doing it because of all the work that's involved. It's very lazy, isn't it? What's in the local news? Colchester PDSA store in plea for unwanted items and volunteers. Okay. Helicopter. Here's named the crew who. The creepy. Wounded ladies are major. Has such a two cars. Head sort of nearly run over. Oh, okay. Majors okay. So just having a little look at this. Right. It still amazes me that even the local paper, I'm closed now, enough of that. Even the local paper online is trying to give it the big one. Like, no, you should pay, or you should join. You need to subscribe. Even if it's free, why should I have to subscribe? Like, oh, you should need to sign in to see what the local news is. Like, but I don't want to. I really don't. No. As it happened, have a drink. Tell me if this is annoying. Someone said, oh, I don't like it when you drink water. It's just really puts me off and it stops me feeling relaxed. Tell me if this, because I think it's ridiculous. First of all, we need to be able to drink. Yeah, we need to be able to drink. It keeps us alive. It literally keeps us alive. We have to drink water or drink something. And whatever you drink, it's the water that's brought out of that and the food, the water from the food, that keeps us alive. That's the, you know, kind of important, kind of, rather. And this person posted a message saying, well, I don't like it when you drink water. It just puts me off relaxing. So it's a bottle of water. I'm just a normal human being drinking out of a bottle of water. Tell me if this is distracting from relaxing. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was so childish. I spat it back into the bowl. I'll save that when I get a visit and I'll offer it to them. I had a visit the other day and they wanted some water, so I gave them my water, which was left, and I went and got myself another new bottle. And I walked in and they put their hand out for the new bottle I got. And they'd already been drinking out of this as well. They'd already been drinking out of the one that I gave them. I said, no. No, I did. I gave them a bottle in the end. Like, the thing is, water ain't cheap. It's not. It's not like it used to be. Nothing's like it used to be. Do you remember how things used to be? It used to be different, didn't it? Yeah. Just trying to think what's happened today. I took Vinnie out for a walk. I think he's had... I'm tired. I always get tired when I do these because I'm no longer focusing on anything, you know, it's just talking. And get a little bit... I'll close this down as well. Get rid of the screens. And I got a light shining right in my eyes. See? See what I mean? So if you do that, you can see the shadow on my eyes. Oh, 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 see? It's amazing. So, I took him for a walk. Didn't go into the field. In fact, I didn't take, because I got up at 4 o'clock and I worked on the podcast and edited it, and I got pretty much most of what I needed to do by 5. I still needed to upload it, but I'd done the editing and the processing by 5 o'clock. Had my breakfast while I was watching TV, the news, and then I came back and I did some more stuff, because part of the process then is to make an image, upload everything, create an image, and all that stuff, and then still took about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before they're all uploaded. And then I went back for a nap. I didn't go back for a nap. I didn't go late. I sat down, I listened to an audiobook on YouTube, and I fell asleep. And I woke up. It was gone 9 o'clock in the morning, and I took him out. Yeah, I can't remember the exact time. Maybe it was, yeah, it was after 9, maybe 9:30, 9:45. Took him out for a walk into the park, and no, yes, no, 9, 10. Oh no, I got a text message from my friend, and yeah, so I called her, and then I went out, so I had to go to the petrol station. So I took Vinnie to the petrol station with me, and then I came back because I had to draw money out of the bank, out of the cash point, and then what did I do then? I came back. wasn't a hurry, just, you know, it just came back. What I've noticed though is this, right? We cross over, it's a main road, it's a really busy road that leads to a motorway. It's basically two motorways that connect with each other, but it's country road between, kind of. I made part of that up, but it definitely does lead to one motorway. I'm not sure what's on the other side. I think that also leads to a motorway. But it's a long country road. Yeah, it does lead to, yeah, it does 100% lead to a motorway, leads to a few. So, but it's very, very busy. That's what I'm saying, very, very busy. And it also leads to town. So there's one road that leads to town. That's busy all the time. So between two towns, that road is. And then there's also a turn off that goes down a motorway, which can then lead you, I guess, to anywhere in the country, depending on where you're going. Not anywhere in the country, but you know what I mean. Once you're on the motorway, on a motorway, then you can pretty much direct yourself to anywhere you want to go with it on this land. I guess. I mean, I'm not a driver. I'm not a Nautilus, not a map maker. I don't. A lot of stuff I say is partly made up, but I think it might be true. It might actually make sense to someone, somewhere. I don't know. So, anyway, it's busy. That's what I'm trying to say is it's busy. And I cross at this bit where, you know when you got the, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a middle bit of the road where you can cross over and stand in the middle and then you cross over again. So you can cross one side and then cross the other side, and there's like a gap. It's specifically there for people to cross. That's what it's there for, so people can cross the road, really. But it's not a zebra crossing, so people don't have to stop. Well, some people don't stop. And obviously, someone has stopped, otherwise I'd still be standing there for 9 years, last 9 years, waiting to cross. So, you know, people have stopped hundreds of times. So it's not like no one ever stops. And sometimes I do have to wait until there's no traffic to get across. Which, it's just what it is, but it's annoying. It's really annoying. And what amazes me is, I'm not a driver, so I don't know what it's like to be a driver. And if drivers perceive pedestrians the same way that pedestrians perceive drivers, then pedestrians are very annoying. Basically, if you're a pedestrian, we see drivers, not all drivers, but generally, there's just so many silly things. Because if you're in a car, you're going to notice things that other cars are doing. But if you're a pedestrian, you get a very different view. I mean, I don't get to see stuff on the motorways, because so if you're a lorry driver and you're driving every day on the motorway, you get to see the most ridiculous things that you should never see. Just people making silly errors and mistakes and just whatever. I don't get to see as much of that. But there's so much speeding. And people speed just to get behind another car. And then there's like 18 cars ahead of them. They're not going to get anywhere. But they slow down until there's a gap, and then they speed again just to get right behind that car. And sometimes they do it at the crossing. So the part where we cross, where the pedestrians can cross, but again, it's not an official crossing place. So no one has to stop. But sometimes the car will slow down, looking like they're about letting you cross. You go to cross and they speed up. Now, I've discussed this with other pedestrians, and apparently it doesn't happen to anyone else, so I'm beginning to wonder what's going on, and it's just me. But I mean, I saw someone actually walking on the pavement, or they're walking on the side of the road, something, and I went across and they started running towards me. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I've got that. It's weird. In fact, there was this rabbit. There was this in the field and it ran at me. So I don't know. I don't get it. But the amount of cars that slow down, but they think they're slowing down enough, and they don't take into consideration I've got a tiny little dog with me who does not just walk across the road like a good boy. He messes around, sometimes he bites at my ankle, he tries to trip me up. And also, I don't walk quickly. I've got arthritis in my lower back. I'm not a quick walker, and I'm not going to try and outrun a car, or I'm not going to run across the road. I did that when I was a kid. I've seen other kids do it, and I've seen other people do it and come a cropper, to be honest. So I'm not going to do that. And some people think that they're like in their cars, that if they slow down to just 30 miles an hour, I can get across. No, they have to stop. They don't have to stop, obviously, but they need to stop, because I can't outrun even a slow car. I can't walk fast, and I can't walk fast with him, because, you know, if I trip up or whatever, and actually you've seen Vinnie, he's a tiny little thing. He's so cute when he's not barking. He's cute when he's asleep as well. He's so cute when he's asleep. Bless him. I do watch him, and I think, like, you know, me and him, we're going to get old together. Now, I realise some people watching the video might think, who are you talking about? You're already old, mate. You're already old. Well, yeah. I'm still virile. In my own way. Oh, that was a weird noise. I'm still... Sometimes I feel a bit old. And by the way, when I say arthritis in my lower back, I'm not like really walking really slowly or walking stick or anything. That might happen in the future. I hope not, but it's gradually. Why are you talking about your arthritis? I don't know, I'm just mentioning it. I'm just trying to explain that when I cross the road, because you might think, well, people wouldn't expect someone like me, if I've not got a walking stick, they'd think that I was able-bodied, and why would I walk so slowly? And it's not their fault. And I wasn't blaming anyone. I'm just saying that probably 5% of the drivers on the road seem to stop. That's probably not true at all, actually. Sometimes everyone stops. Sometimes no one stops. Sometimes, you know, 20 cars go past. Sometimes the best people that stop, not the best, but the ones that are more up for stopping are the ones that are on the road a lot, like lorry drivers, because they're up quite high up. They can see there's like 50 cars in front of them. They know that by stopping and letting the pedestrian cross the road is going to make zero difference to their life or to the time they get to their destination, because they can see much further down the road. And I know this is a generalization, but I would say that people that work, lorry drivers, for example, lorry drivers they're some of the best drivers there are, because they're doing that for a living, and you have to be very skillful to do that job. And they have to be considerate about other cars and pedestrians, because they just don't have to be, but they are. I just find that a lot of lorries do stop to let me cross. Maybe it's because I look like a lorry. Maybe my belly looks like a big van. I don't know. He's hiding a van up his vest. That's my belly. I don't know where I'm going with that. Van drivers, I don't know. There's a certain, I think if you're driving, especially nowadays, like there was the old cliche, the white van driver back in 20, 30 years ago, and it was always like, oh, they're inconsiderate, they'll drive in, park anywhere, they think they're on the road, and a lot of people used to say that would be bus drivers and black cab drivers in London moaning about white van drivers, not having any. But then the black cab drivers, that's by the way, when I say black cab driver in London, if you're in the UK, you know what black cab driver is. But if you're not, it's similar to like New York, because in New York you have yellow cabs, don't you? It's like that, but we have, or had, I don't know if it's still the same, have a thing where the taxi drivers have to take, I think it's 2 years long training called the knowledge, and they have to learn the whole of London, all the roads, all the streets in London, and then they rent or buy a black cab, ones you get into, and they pretty much ruled London when it came to taxis. And then minicabs came in, and now I guess you got Uber and all the other different ones. So I'm not sure that the outside of the touristy parts, I'm not sure how good a job it is now, how well paid the job is. Like self-employed, I don't know, but I've only ever known one black cab driver, and he went through the training, the knowledge, and it's like, wow. I think he used to ride around on a moped, continuously going around the different roads just to get to know everywhere. I mean, technically London's it's not a huge place. But I would want to learn. I mean, I don't even know the road next to me. I've lived here for 9 years. I don't know the road next to me. I'm going there, but yeah, behind me. I don't know that road. I don't know the road on the right. I don't know my neighbour's name. Oh, new neighbour's name. My friend's new neighbour. My friend's flat has now got a new person in there. That's what I meant. So I like to think if I was a taxi driver or a driver, just a driver generally, I would be very considerate towards pedestrians. But you know what? Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe as soon as I got behind the wheel of a car, I might be like, well, stuff you. Get yourself a car, you lazy bugger. You scum, walking scum. Maybe I'll be like that. I might turn into a anti-pedestrian. Why don't you drive? What, you can't learn to drive, huh? You want to walk around on the pavement. Oh, I need to cross the road. Why don't you just drive? Oh, you want to go to the shops? Okay, that's it. You're a pedestrian. You better put your coat on and your woolly jacket on, your woolly hat, your skis, everything you've got to do, in order to get to the shop, so you can buy your stuff and get soaking wet and then walk back soaking wet again. I'll just drive there. My t-shirt, my jeans, t-shirt, maybe my slippers. Just go in, flip-flops, and just like buy what I need and just come out. Oh, a little bit of rain on, never mind. It's only like 5 seconds in the rain, and I'll drive back and just get out, drive to the driveway and just walk back in, and nothing, maybe shake their head like that and all the water's gone. But you turn up and you're completely soaked. Just hope that you haven't caught something, you know. It's like and I'm warm and dry, and I mean, you know, wow, I didn't know I had that much hatred towards pedestrians inside me. Ooh, perhaps I should be a driver. Never driven. Oh, that's not true. I did drive once. I used to be a getaway driver. Once. I needed the money. To be fair, it didn't go well. I needed the money. It was good money. Now, they didn't ask me the proper questions. You know, are you willing to do it? Yeah. Are you willing to take 10% of the profits? I said, yeah. Are you keep your mouth shut? Yeah. And all that stuff. The question they didn't ask me is, can you drive? So they should have like come up a little bit of questions where I said, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you outside the bank. You just drive the car there and I'll meet you outside, okay? And also should have questioned it when I was in the passenger seat when they came out of the bank. But hey, that's enough about my personal life. I don't like to go into that stuff. I used to be an owl. Me, 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 me. So, what? Why are people racist towards squirrels? In this country, I don't know if you have that in other countries where you live, because, you know, I do have people listening all over the world. And do you, in your country, are you racist towards squirrels? Because here, there's this whole thing like, those grey squirrels. Ugh. We like the red squirrels, but those grey squirrels, ugh. They just saw off all the red squirrels. So I can pick my nose now. Yeah. We love the red squirrel. A squirrel's a squirrel. They're exactly the same, but a different colour. There's no difference. It's the same. Yeah, the grey squirrels are pretty as well. It's just the red squirrels match more like the red trees, don't they? And they're going to survive more in that kind of woodland. But in the UK, in England, it's a very grey country, which is probably why we've got grey squirrels. If we had a bit more colour, a bit more red trees and red bright, not really, because let's face it, whatever colour will match in with the environment and they'll survive. From the golden eagles and the albatrosses and aliens or whatever, flying alligators, whatever attacks them. So a red squirrel will survive in a red environment because it will just blend in. And a grey squirrel will be taken away because it won't blend in. So it's an environmental thing. Nothing else. Or grey squirrels are just hornier. That might be what it is. Because it could be, sometimes, oh yeah, but grey squirrels were brought in from abroad. You know, that horrible place, abroad. They come from abroad. They come from overseas. It's like, yeah, we all came from overseas originally. None of us are from here. I'm from here. I was born over there. I don't mean you weren't born here. I'm saying if you go far back in your ancestry, you probably weren't born here. You weren't probably from here. Your great uncle. What are you doing? It's very weird. It's very strange. He's being very strange. I might try and pick him up so you can see him. What are you doing? He's sniffing at my leg. You sniffing at my leg? So, and you think the amount of people, I wonder where, I mean, originally there was just one landmass, wasn't there? One continent. You know, if you look at the world, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it, basically, and everything fits together. Again, I don't know if that's true, but it sounds good. And he's scratching me now, which is good because I got fleas. I think we continent. So not incontinent. So technically we are all from here, but here would also be India and Japan and Canada. It would just be one landmass. I mean, some would argue, no, but different land. You can have different countries in the same landmass, which technically is true. I don't really understand why. I understand a little bit about history, but one bit of landmass, one country. That's kind of how I feel it should be, because I'm very simple. So I think we just number the countries. England, maybe Wales, England, Scotland, so they could be number 15, 16, 17. Just make it a little bit easier. If you're going to bark, you're going to have to go outside into the bedroom. It's not outside technically, but so if you're going to bark, Vinny, that's what you're going to have to do. He's having a good lick. That's nice. So I might get one of those DNA test things, those kits which tell you how kind of, I don't know, does it give you like a list of different variations, the different flavors that you are? So your percentage of being Anglo-Saxon, or a percentage of being Russian or Chinese or whatever. So I might get one of them just out of interest, because I mean, if you do the maths, if you literally go back, see, our timeline can end as far as, you know, it's a tree. The branches can end, and there could be billions of branches, and it can end each branch, and eventually one can end. You know, could not create any more because two people didn't get together and, you know. But if you go backwards, all the way back to the beginning of the tree, it started with a seed. One seed. If I'm correct, I don't think there's more than one seed. But then, if you think of the analogy of a tree, one seed, look, my finger looks wonky. Ow! Then I'm thinking, but that tree was created from seeds from another tree landing on the ground or being carried in a bird's poo or whatever, which has then created another tree. But not really. In humans that wouldn't work. So we all go back. We're all related. If you go back and 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 back, we're all related. We can't not be. We all go back to the same place. I don't don't know what that place is or who that person was. Some people that know exactly who it is. They're very, very certain. But ultimately, a particular timeline can end, but it started and it goes back, it goes back and it goes back. Yeah, so I don't have any kids. So my particular like branch ends with me. But if I go back, it can't end going backwards. Go back to my dad, and goes back to his dad, and goes back to his dad. I know, I realise women have a little role in it as well. So I'm not quite sure about the female part. I know a little bit about it. I know it's more in than out. I don't know. No, I'm just saying this goes, it just keeps going back. And if you go back from dad to dad, granddad, like that, it can never end. How does it ever end? It can end as far as like, well, I don't know who was the father of my great granddad. I don't know who his father was, but he had to have had a father, and that father had to have had a father, and that father had to have had a father. So every person that's ever been born has to have had a father. Like, as far as insemination goes, I mean, maybe not a father in a traditional family sense, but there was a, you know, going on. So, and it keeps going back and back and back and back and back and back and back. Where does it end? It can't end. That's where the Adam and Eve kind of makes sense in a way, because how could it have started with more than two people? I'm now converted. No, it just, you know, there must have been two people involved. I personally, here's what I think. We're all aliens. That's what I think. Now, I always used to think I was an alien, and when is a spaceship going to come down and collect me? I used to, when I was a kid, I'd spend ages just looking up at the sky. My dad would say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just looking at the heavens, wondering if the spaceship's going to come and collect me." And he said, "Well, you get a better view if you go outside, because that's just the ceiling, Jason." I said, "Oh, okay." And so I go outside. He never told me that I wasn't an alien. That's weird. You think he'd have said, "Hey, just let you know you're not actually an alien. You were born." He never told me that. Huh. I wonder what that means. But I reckon that we're aliens. It explains a lot of things. Well, first of all, the different languages. I know people that, "Oh, I know, we can explain the languages through history and Latin and Spanish, and all comes from this that led to this, you know." Fair enough, but it doesn't I mean, people from different countries, people do look different. It's not a bad thing to say. It's just a fact, isn't it, that there's certain parts of the world, like in England, and we're all super handsome and super beautiful. The men, very, very beautiful here. And there's something that, I mean, I don't know the rest of the world realise, but every man in England is, I don't want to kind of go into it really, but pretty special abilities. It just reminds me of something. There was this expert, this doctor said that the only part of the body, of the human body, that never gets tired is the tongue. Now, there are a lot of people watching this or listening to this that could argue with that statement. The tongue never gets tired because people talk for ages and they don't get to tongue tired. They don't get tongue tired. The tongue doesn't get tired. People talk all day long. The throat can get tired and dry, but the tongue, the tongue can get very tired sometimes. I was surprised. Because we're moving it. It depends how you talk. If you use your tongue a lot, I don't know how much I use my tongue when I talk, because it's just, most of it is automatic. But now that I am focusing on my tongue, it's weird. I'd say another weird thing is to try and wet yourself. It's hard. Maybe the other day I woke up and I needed to go to the toilet, and I thought, you know what? I'm not that keen on this bed anymore anyway. I can't be bothered to walk to the toilet, to the bathroom. Let's get a new bed. And I thought, I'm just going back to bed. I'll just go back to sleep. It doesn't matter if I still kept waking up. I almost gave myself permission to just wet the bed, but it wouldn't happen. Some might find that's a bit of a strange thing to do at my age, or some people might think, well, it's about the right age to be starting to wet the bed again. Maybe, but it's just like, I just couldn't. I'm not saying I wanted to. There was this thing stopping me. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything stopping me from telling you this either. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened? I'm trying to think. Oh, there was one thing. I can't tell you though, because it's rude. Okay, I'll try and describe it in a way that isn't rude, but you can kind of understand what I'm saying. I was around my friend Neil's house when I was about 13, 14, and I stayed over. So he's in the bed, I'm on the floor with a sleeping bag. He's in the bed. No, he's got a sleeping bag as well. Maybe he slept on the floor as well, or he slept on the bed with a sleeping bag. I don't know. We both had sleeping bags for some reason. So I'm in a sleeping bag. I go to sleep. Obviously we tickle each other for a little while first, and then I go to sleep. And I wake up probably 7 in the morning, Saturday morning, because it's Friday night. Saturday morning, I'm thinking, oh God, I wonder what's for breakfast. As you do when you're visiting. And that's part of the reason I was there. 2 reasons, 3 reasons actually. The breakfast and his 2 sisters that were twins. Not going to lie, didn't lie to it. I didn't make it a secret. I let them both know that I loved them equally. And I let him know, and I let the parents know. And they were way too old. They were probably in their 20s at this point. So, but I didn't care. I wanted them. I loved them. I still love them. Even if they are 90 now, I still love them. So they were Scottish. It's weird because, well, not weird, his mum had a real strong Scottish accent, like Glasgow Scottish, really strong. His dad sounded, I think he had like the Edinburgh accent. It was very, very mild accent. Wasn't strong at all. He was very softly spoken and very. I didn't even know he was Scottish, to be honest with you, but he was. It just, and the whole family came from Scotland and moved to where I was, and I think the reason why he's friends with me because I was the only one that spoke to him. No, I'm joking. Anyway, he's in his. I wake up. Okay, I've been asleep. I'm not dressed. I'm under the dressing gown, under sleeping bag. Because he used to be in the Sea Cadets as well, I think. So the sleeping bags we used to use when we used to go camping with the Sea Cadets. Anyway, so I wake up and I look over at him. He's in there, and he's grinning. I don't know why he's grinning. I'm thinking, was I snoring or what? And we're just chatting. And he said, let's have a contest. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to go with that. It was a contest. I'm not going to go into details. We were both in our individual sleeping bags to see who could win the fastest time of this contest. Sorry, Vinnie, sorry, mate. Well, it might have been, reading a book, whatever it was, I'm not going to go into that because it's an embarrassing story. Anyway, I won the contest. So it was still underneath. We're still in our sleeping bags at this point, okay? I won the contest. And I'm like waving like, yeah, with my left arm. Yeah, I'm the king. Oh, I'm the king, because I was only a kid. Well, he starts laughing and he jumps up out of his sleeping bag fully clothed. And walks downstairs to get breakfast laughing. In fact, wait a minute. I can still hear him laughing now. I don't know if he ever told anyone. I didn't. Oh. Why would it have to be a YouTube video that I decided to talk about this? But yeah, that didn't happen. So what else didn't happen? I took him out for... Yeah, there's this woman that I saw today. She's got a big dog. Big dog, like it's a XL bully. Beautiful thing, really big. Had a muzzle on and everything. And it's weird because I used to see her, when I first moved here, I'd see her regularly. On a bus, walking home, all kind of stuff. She lived around the corner, and then I stopped seeing her. Just didn't see her anymore, and I guess I thought she must have moved away. And I saw her a few months ago, and I saw her again today, and she's still living exactly where she was before, round the corner from me, like 20-second walk from here. But she's got a car, so she drives and she goes where she's going. And it's like, that's so weird. I just don't see her. And I'm out multiple times a day with him, Snory Man. And I was out a lot with Andre as well, multiple times, especially in the summer, constantly taking him out for walks when the weather was nice. When the weather was horrible, I didn't generally bother because I didn't need to, because he didn't need to go out. And he didn't want to be out in the rain or the cold necessarily. Although I did take Andre out in the snow. That was funny. He loved the snow. He could dig in it, couldn't he? Which he did. I dressed him up as all Christmassy, big Christmas costume. And he had a hat, he had everything, the whole thing. And he dug into the snow and he came out went into one hole, came out another hole. All the costume was gone. And he was just giggling. And I couldn't find it. I don't know how far he travelled. He must have just made a big tunnel. Never see it again, ever. Even when the snow melted. Because the snow was probably a few feet deep at this point. It was quite a big snowfall on that time. Never saw it. Even when the snow melted, it wasn't there. And I'm pretty sure that no one would it wasn't something that you'd see on the ground and think, oh, I've got to have that. Or I'm going to add that to my collection of crap. Soiled, dirty, ferret clothes. What is it? Miniature Santa costume. So yeah, it was weird. He did like the snow though. It was funny. Pretty sure I got some film of him in the snow. Pretty sure I have. I don't know, somewhere. I must have done. Oh yeah. So we saw this dog. And my neighbour's dog, a big old thing, and he's a little bit reactive to other dogs. It's not sure, and because he's a rescue, she's had him for a couple of months, I think, or a month or a few days. She did say, I forget, and it might have been today she got him, and she said that she was his third owner, because the other two people, I think 3 people before her, gave him back because he was too big and boisterous. Not dangerous, but just boisterous, and huge, very strong dogs. And he had a muzzle on, but Vinnie did his thing. He was barking to start with, and then he lied down and was doing the passive submissive thing. So the big dog went to lick his belly, but because he's got his plastic muzzle on, I actually felt it because he did it to my hand, and it hurt. It didn't hurt, but it bashed my finger a little bit because it's hard plastic. So it bashed Vinnie, and he cried. Not cried, but like, ow! And he ran to me. Now, he hates being picked up when we're out, but he let me pick him up, and he cuddled into me because it was a bit of a shock to him. He just didn't know how to react because temporarily, I guess, he'd been hurt a little bit, and he didn't know what to do. So it just shows that he's got he might have some kind of, he might care about me a little bit. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get to, really. And yeah, that's it. Lovely dog. Big. I mean, he's not fully grown. It's really long. You can see, like, it's strong, but it's really long. So it's going to be a huge dog. It's already huge. But he's got I guess it's, as long as it's on a it's got a muzzle on a lead in this country, and it's a nice dog. It's but my friend's it wasn't an XL bully, but it was a staffy. It was that kind of dog, and he needed like Logie. He needed a muzzle. Hated the muzzle, but he needed the muzzle. And as soon as he had the muzzle on, he was as good as gold with other dogs, because he couldn't do a single thing. Couldn't do anything. But without the muzzle, wasn't dog friendly. And again, he was a rescue dog, so there's no way of knowing. I don't know what he went through before. Don't know, just don't know. I mean, I know he was okay in one place he lived, but the place that my friend got him, that was a friend's place. But before that, he was a rescue, I think. So, yeah, it was a strange one. But he's a good boy. He was a good boy. He's a little softie, a big softie with humans, but not with other dogs. Apart from Vinnie, and he loved Vinnie. They loved each other, but living together for those 2 months, they wound each other up. And it's weird because before that, they used to lay on each other and cuddle up with each other and stuff. But after being here 2 months, they didn't. They literally sit on they wouldn't. It's not that they wouldn't be together. They would, but they wouldn't be cuddling the way they used to. If on the sofa, for example, one would be on one side and one would be on the other. Previous to living together, they'd be together. Vinnie would be lying on him, cuddling up to him and stuff. So it's something changed between them. They had a couple of arguments, and it might have just been this is Vinnie's. He thinks it's his manor, it's his environment. He doesn't realise it's mine, but he thinks it's his. And he's listening. I know you're listening, Vinnie. I can see. Why don't you might as well look at me if you're going to just do that. I could get him to say goodbye to you, so he's. Do you want to say hello? I'll just click, and then we say goodbye. What's this on here? What's this? Oh, come on. Oh, what's this? Up here. Good boy. What's this? What's this? I'll get you a treat. What's this? Come on. A treat. Do you want a treat? Want a treat? Come on. Do you want a treat? Come on then. Treat. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Oh, bloody. No. I even got a treat trying to get him to get onto the sofa so I could pick him up. He knew what I was trying to do. He's just staring at me like, I'm not an idiot, you know. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to go. Thank you for listening. And remember to be kind to yourself, because you deserve to be happy. Be gentle with yourself. And this podcast is just me talking rubbish, okay? So it's not supposed to... It's... I don't know what it is. But this is... I've done over 1,100 of these, believe it or not. Podcasts, anyway. And maybe the next 1,100 will be also on video. I don't know. It's the video part isn't so hard. It's all the editing and all that stuff, you know. The podcast itself takes a lot for the audio. Then the video, that's like probably twice as long on top to get the video sorted. Do you want a treat? He's doing that. He's watching my hands, so I don't grab him. He hasn't got his collar on, so I can't... You know, if they've got a collar on, you can kind of... I say grab, not in a bad way, but like hold the collar, and then I can pick him up. Because I take the collar off him when he's indoors. I leave it attached to the lead. So he's free to just, you know, without having a collar on at all when he's indoors. Which means I can't trap him to pick him up. The only way I can do it is if he's asleep, or if he's on the bed, I can pick him up sometimes. Or if he wants to go onto the windowsill in the bedroom, I can pick him up. If he lets me do that then. But if he thinks I'm picking him up for a reason, like to come on video, for some reason he doesn't like that. I've got no more. Vinnie, you need to tidy up this place. This place is a mess because of you. I didn't do any of this. This is you. You have to tidy up. Don't give me the attitude, mate. He's like he's 14 years old now, and he's 2, so he's 14. This is a teenager in dog years. Got an attitude on him. And now he's doing that with his hand. What? Like, stop. Everyone stop. Wait, stop. It's been very... Oh, okay, I'm not... He thinks I'm going to try and pick him up. He keeps backing away. It's weird, so weird. It's like, he acts like I'm going to hurt him, and I don't. I never have, never would. But everything has... I think everything's a game with him. He has to turn it into a game. I'm just trying to stroke your head. I just want to prove to you there's actually a dog under there, rather than I'm pretending there's a dog there. Because maybe people think, oh, he's just pretending that he's got a dog called Vinnie. And there's no dog there at all. He's just a liar. And I can honestly say, I've never lied. It's not true, that's not true. So I'm going to go. Take care. Lots of love. And bye.